Hello, and welcome to Shakhtar Glory, episode 54. So we're here now at the end of, I think it's season 3. Pretty sure it's season 3. Obviously last time out we had the game against Atletico Madrid, where we disappointingly went out of the Champions League. So I mean we have to go into a 4th season now to, go again next year, try and, have a little bit look at the squad, see what we can do. Just try and boost the squad up a little bit, maybe give us that extra little edge that we need to get us at least through the semi-final stage. If we get into that final, it's a 50-50 draw. In the next episode, which I'm going to do like a end of season review, so we'll look at a few things, be like a special one-off episode. Because today we are at the very end game of the season, which is the cup final. Not too much to say. We've got Oleksandriya in that final, who finished. We'll have a look at the league table properly in a minute. They finished 5th in the end. I think they were doing quite well for most of the season. Their key player is Anas Farah, who's on loan from us. Young attacking Norwegian midfielder, so he's their key player already. You can see he had a really good season there, but we're going to take, that'll be in the next episode primarily. We're going to take a look at, part of it is going to be looking at the loans. A lot of the players we've got out on loan. We're a bit of a Chelsea club this year, and we've got a lot of players out with affiliates and out on loans, that sort of thing, just looking to get a bit of first team football. So we're going to look at those, see how they've done, and maybe see who we can look to integrate into our team this year, maybe who we need to loan again next year. But that's the next episode. Well, I don't want to dwell too much on that. I want to make this a fairly quick episode. So what we're going to do, since that Atletico game, obviously we lost 2-1, but we lost, 5-2 on aggregate, a bit disappointing in the end. We've had a few league games. So we beat Zoya 5-3. We were 3-0 up in this game, cruising the game, and Yuri scored 3 goals in 3 shots for them. You can see 39, 44 and 45 plus 2 with at stoppage time in the first half, and brought it back to 3-3. Survived that scare just after half time. We came out after half time. Vizeo got a hat-trick for us as well, and I think Yuri got man of the match. I thought Vizeo could have been with a shout, but he did go off a bit earlier. Yuri played the whole game, so that could be a bit of a bearing. We then had Shakhtar Donetsk 5-0 win. So 5-0. Strand Larsen managed to get a goal. He's won. We're going to take a look at a bit of the squad in the next episode, possibly about who players we can look at loaning out as well. I think he will be probably one of them, but we'll elaborate a bit more on that in that next episode. But this was an easy win. Paulinho got 2. They had an own goal. Yaremchuk got 1 late on. Interestingly, I don't know if it would be something we cover in the next episode as well, depending. Probably not. He's actually drawing interest from Arsenal. They are looking at him as a replacement for Giroud, who's 33 now and sort of on the massive decline. Our next game was against Ilicevets. A narrow 2-1 win in this game. We were 1-0 down, 27 minutes. Against someone to play, they only had 1 shot on target, but we were poor in this game. We were very, very poor. But late in the game, so we got one just before half time, get back to 1-1, and then right at the death, they scored an own goal to give us the. And then the final, we had Shakhtar Donetsk again. Again, a narrow 1-0 win. They gave us. We beat them 5-0, I think it was, in the last game. And then we went straight back 2 games later and struggled against them. The stats, they had 1 shot on target. We had 8 and 13 shots, but nothing happened in this game. There was no highlights. There was 2 highlights all game, and one of those was our goal, which came in the second half, about 10 minutes after half time. Tankovsky got man of the match. He's been getting a lot of plaudits recently, particularly from ex-players, and his agents pushing for a new deal. But I'm not sure of him. He's not quite there. I think we've got better. Certainly, I think we might have better that we can push through. But like I say, that's for another day. And then our final game of the league season was Dynamo Kiev. And actually, it has to be said, they sacked, obviously, I think I mentioned last episode, they sacked their manager. They've hired Emmanuel Pellegrini, former Man City manager, as their manager. He's really good stats, but he will have a day to forget in this game because we absolutely trounced them 4-0. And if you look at the squad, it looks a bit misshapen, a bit all over the place. I'm not even joking. Most of my team were away on international duty. This game fell right in the middle of an international game window, which is absolutely ridiculous. And hardly anyone played. We had players playing out of position. We had Solis, who's a centre midfielder, playing right, who can play centre back, playing right back. We gave Firmino into the team. We had to play Leo Santos because he hadn't travelled with Brazil. Leo came in. He hadn't travelled. Fred came in. Romero, who got a hat-trick, incidentally. Viseu getting the other goal. Neither of those travelled. Well, the front three, all Brazilian, none of whom have been given. And Rodrigo, in fact, on the bench, none of them been given games for Brazil, which is a bit or Argentina and Brazil, bit surprising. Still see so many missing through international duty. I haven't set the team up for this game, and I am struggling to replace Viseu, who is... No, I'm not too badly. He is on international duty. No, he's suspended for the final, but we may have one too many foreigners. No, we're okay. So computer's been running very slow today, so we'll jump in after this finishes. Oh wow, much quicker than it has been doing all day. I had to play, I think, the Shakhtar Donetsk game and the Kiev game tonight, just before recording this, just to catch up. So we'll send the assistants in, and here we go. So cup final. It's the first domestic game I think we've shown this season since the Charity Shield, which was the very first game of the season. And I think next season we'll be trimming that down even more. We'll be cutting the Charity Shield out, Community Shield, what you want to call it. And I think we'll be cutting, unless we need to drop a game in somewhere to help me with the recording schedule. A domestic game helps me when there's a big gap between games, for instance, the Christmas break and things like that, or the end of season. This, gives me something else. This episode particularly gives me something else to record while I try and then plough through to get to the next season or to the next, point. But we have taken the lead. It's Rodrigo. I'm just, cruising this final. I don't expect Oleksandriya to cause us any problems. We've got pretty good results against them. The only team, generally, I would say we have concerns about is Kiev, and we've just beaten them 4-0. Or Zoya, who obviously gave us a bit of a run, but we generally have enough to get us out of any situation. And we do have another highlight here. Fred Romero puts it in. Paulinho, can he get it back? He does. He finds Leo Santos on the edge of the box to Fred, who's going down the line, and Romero's there, and it's 2-0. I mean, already this game is looking done and dusted. 12 minutes in, 3 shots, 3 on target. No clear-cut chances, but 2 goals. And Leo Santos, centre back there, right forward, finds his Brazilian teammate Fred, runs down the left, gets to almost the byline, chips it back in for Romero, and he rises up and buries that header. So there is another highlight starting here as well. It is looking to be Oleksandriya, so they're with the ball down the right hand side. They are playing some nice passes about, and they've got in Sitolo, blasts a shot wide. He was a player they warned me about, to watch out for in this game. So I'm just reading my notes because I'm pretty sure. Do you know what? I've left it for the next episode. I remembered something that I hadn't talked about, but I made a note. I'm going to do it in that next episode. So on to half time here, and Romero has picked up a knock. Not too sure what we can do. We've got Barakier, strangely hasn't gone international duty, so I don't know whether is it Nigeria he plays for or Ghana. I'm not sure if they're not playing maybe in the break. Hit forward, Tankovsky, Solis, Fred. Solis still playing right back because obviously we haven't got any natural players because they're all away, but Paulinho buries it again. So even with this makeshift team, we're smashing a team that finished, 5th did we say? And Tankovsky's involved again. Fred drops it into Rodrigo, who finds Paulinho, and he just buries it from 18 yards. So we're at half time now, and you can see why I don't show too much of the domestic stuff, because I mean, realistically, it's okay. There's a lot of action, generally a lot of goals, not always, but generally, it's probably not that good to watch. The Champions League games, they're a bit more tense, they're a bit more even. Will we win? Will we lose? It's a bit tough to call. These league games, obviously, we've been unbeaten for nigh on 2 years now domestically, taking the cups out of the question. So they're not probably good to watch as such as the Champions League episodes. I think they make a bit more tense and a bit more drama. But Oleksandriya do have a chance here to pull one back, and no, we clear it. And Romero, I think, that with the ball, up to Rodrigo, great ball, finds Paulinho, and he just shoots over. As we get to the hour, we're going to bring some changes in because we've got just a few players. We're going to bring that young 16-year-old Nikishkin in. We're just trying to give him a few games where we can. We're going to bring in Boakye for Romero because he's struggling out there, and I think we'll bring in Rojas for Tankovsky, who is currently sitting on a booking, and we'll play. 3 subs with half hours to go generally is a bit dodgy, but even if we went down to 10 men here, I think I still fancy us to score another goal with 10 men, to be honest. They're not showing any sort of fight in this game, and I think a lot of their success in finishing 5th, because I think they were struggling a bit at the start of the season, has come from the players that we've put on loan and Boakye off the bench. 4-0. The man's a goal machine, and he is a goal machine, and I'm still toying with selling him in the summer. I just think he's taken up a spot that a younger player could possibly look to step up to, but maybe for one more season we need him to have that go at the Champions League. Just a ready-made goal scorer, rather than trying to mould one, or I don't know. It's tough because we've got a lot of young players who are vying to get in the first team, and I do want to give them that chance. Obviously, we've got Firmino playing at centre back today as well. We've got Nikishkin who's just come on today. Rodrigo's through, squares it to Polino, and that's 5-0. Routine victory. I mean, this is what a lot of the games I play in the league are like. They're just sit back and watch. I mean, some of the football that we do play is just phenomenal when we're playing like this. I mean, Nikishkin, it's a shame he hasn't got the assist there, 'cause that's a great ball to Rodrigo, but he just cuts it back. FIFA tramp goal, 5-0. So 86 minutes, 87 minutes, and they do have a chance, and I think they've scored. They have. It's Kozak. The AI does like to have the last laugh in a lot of games, don't they? We probably won't score now. We've scored 5 goals, but they get the last laugh. Even though we get the last laugh by winning the cup, they have to have the last bit of action, the last goal. That is where I assume we would be seeing the celebrations, the ticker tape, the little stand, the trophy celebrations. I think it's because I've got 2D on, perhaps it's not showing it. I do have 3D replays on, but perhaps it just needs to be on 3D to see it. Not too worried. It's, you know, once you've seen it once, you've seen it many times, and I've seen it quite a few times on this game. Not so much on the online save. I play a bit more 3D. I think on the Arsenal save I did offline, I had a bit more 3D going, so I saw some of those trophy things. But there we go. That's the end of the season. End of season 3, I think we said. I've lost count now. I'm pretty sure. We'll have a go and have a look. Just double check. Yes, it is, yeah. It hasn't shown us as winning it this year just yet, so 17-18 is where we started. 18-19 was last season, and yeah, 19-20 now. So we'll be popping on there again for a 4th title in a row. So 3rd season, so we're going to go into the 4th season. The next episode, like I say, will be the sort of catch up on where we're at. I'm going to record it straight after this, I think, just while I've got a lot of it fresh in my mind. Although I didn't bring up things that I was going to mention in that episode, and I didn't write them down because the goals just kept flying in, so I had to talk about them. So yeah, we'll come back for the next episode, and yeah, we'll have a little review, look what we could do, and then from there we'll crack on to season 4 and have another good go at that Champions League, and hopefully this season, next season, we can have a good run at it, take that next step, get to the final. At the very least, I want to see some progress to the final. Did have a bit of a 5-year plan at the start of this save. Obviously we're getting very close to that 5 years now, number 4 next year, so we need to at least progress to the final to show, you know, the continual progress within the team and the save. A semi-final again for a team of our standing probably isn't the worst, but we need to see who we get and if the league pushes up. We've got a little bit to talk about with that as well in that next episode. But until then, if you've enjoyed this episode, drop a like on the video. Please also drop me a sub to my channel. I would really appreciate that if you're enjoying the content, to keep up to date with it. And again, any comments, just drop me a comment. I'll always reply to them. I've got a few people regularly commenting on the videos. I always reply back to them. Do occasionally get a few different people dropping comments, and again, I've replied to those as well. So until next time, I will see you later. Cheers.